Focus on yourself. Stop wasting time. Life-changing Stoic advice. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. How much of your precious time is slipping away on things that don't matter? We all have just 24 hours in a day, yet so many of us waste it worrying about others, chasing distractions or focusing on things beyond our control. The truth is, every moment you spend this way is a moment lost forever. Imagine if you use that time to focus on what truly matters, yourself. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic, reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Your strength lies in mastering your thoughts and actions, not in controlling the world around you. If you're tired of wasting time and ready to reclaim your focus, stay with me. In this video, we'll explore Stoic principles that can change your life by helping you focus on yourself and stop squandering your most valuable asset. Drop a comment. I focus on myself and stop wasting my time. And let's begin. Number 1. The dangers of comparison. Comparison, the silent thief of joy and progress, has become a daily struggle for many, especially in an age dominated by curated images of success, beauty, and achievement. These images, often manufactured to impress, lead us to focus outward, measuring our worth against fleeting and superficial standards. Time, our most precious resource, is limited and irreplaceable. Every second spent comparing ourselves to others is a moment stolen from our own growth. Yet, comparison not only robs us of time, but also misdirects our mental energy, pulling us away from the purposeful work of self-improvement. The dangers of comparison run deep. Each time we look at another's achievements, we divert our attention from our own path, effectively living for someone else's ideals. This subtle yet insidious habit drains our energy and self-esteem. True success is not defined by the external symbols of wealth, recognition, or status, but by our commitment to becoming the best version of ourselves. Unlike the distorted images of perfection portrayed on social media, real growth stems from within. It requires self-awareness and the courage to measure progress by our own yardstick, not the fleeting approval of others. Epictetus wisely said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This is the foundation of true self-improvement, knowing where you stand before taking the next step. Self-awareness is the gateway to progress. Without a clear understanding of your strengths, weaknesses, and values, any effort at improvement is aimless. How can you grow if you don't know where you're starting? Stoic philosophers taught that self-knowledge is not just a tool, but a necessity for living a meaningful life. Once you have a firm grasp of who you are, the next step is to set realistic and achievable goals. These goals act as a roadmap, helping you channel your efforts and celebrate each small victory along the way. Progress is not about dramatic leaps, but about consistent, steady steps forward. Each accomplishment, no matter how small, builds confidence and momentum, reinforcing your belief in your ability to grow. The story of Oprah Winfrey. In the 1980s, Oprah was far from the global icon she is today. She faced rejection and skepticism from her peers in the television industry. Instead of succumbing to comparison or self-doubt, Oprah focused on her own journey. She honed her unique style, mastered her communication skills, and built a brand that resonated with millions. Through relentless effort and a commitment to her vision, she transformed The Oprah Winfrey Show into one of the most successful television programs in history. Oprah's journey is a testament to the power of focusing on oneself, rather than competing with others. Her story reminds us that when we channel our energy inward, we can achieve extraordinary things. As you set your goals, remember the importance of aligning them with your true potential. Avoid the trap of chasing unrealistic ideals or trying to do everything at once. Instead, focus on incremental growth. Each small step forward strengthens your foundation for greater achievements. Over time, these victories compound, creating a steady upward trajectory. By focusing on your path, you gain independence from external validation and cultivate an inner confidence that no comparison can shake. This confidence becomes the driving force behind your progress, allowing you to embrace challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth. However, the harm of comparison extends beyond distraction. It undermines our emotional well-being. Constantly measuring ourselves against others can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. In contrast, focusing on our own journey restores our sense of control and self-worth. By shifting our perspective inward, we free ourselves from the need for external approval. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This shift in focus empowers us to take ownership of our lives, finding fulfillment not in surpassing others but in surpassing our past selves. These moments of comparison are wasted opportunities to grow, reflect, and invest in your potential. The key to a fulfilling life lies not in chasing the ideals of others but in cultivating your character and pursuing your purpose. The Stoics teach us that true happiness comes from focusing on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. It's time to stop comparing, to stop wasting the irreplaceable moments of our lives. Instead, focus on the most important project you will ever undertake: yourself. Every day is a chance to learn, grow, and progress. By embracing the Stoic principles of self-awareness, inner focus, and intentional action, you can reclaim your time and direct it toward what truly matters. In the words of Seneca, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Choose today to focus on your own path, and you'll find the freedom and fulfillment that comparison can never offer. Number 2, embracing progress over perfection. Perfection is a lofty ideal, but chasing it often leads us into a trap that paralyzes progress and creates an invisible pressure to meet unattainable standards. Life, as the Stoics teach us, is not about achieving perfection but embracing the beauty of steady progress. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's great figures, reminded us that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This wisdom highlights the importance of focusing on our journey, not on achieving some imaginary flawless state. When we understand that progress is an ongoing journey and not a destination, we unlock the strength to grow, to move forward, and to find peace in imperfection. A significant step toward progress is addressing negativity, both external and internal. Negativity surrounds us in many forms: an overly critical colleague, a challenging work environment, or unresolved issues in relationships. However, the key lies in not letting these factors take control of our emotions or actions. In a tense meeting where criticism feels overwhelming, silence can be your most powerful tool. This is not the silence of defeat but of strength, where you focus on finding the positives in the situation rather than reacting to negativity. The act of not reacting impulsively is a quiet declaration of control over your emotions and a step toward preserving your self-respect. Similarly, internal negativity, those persistent whispers of "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed," can be the most significant barrier to progress. Recognizing these thoughts for what they are, obstacles rather than truths, is crucial. Replace them with affirmations like, "I am capable of learning and improving," and watch how your mindset shifts toward growth and self-confidence. Progress also requires letting go of the past, a step that many of us struggle with. Old wounds, regrets, and mistakes linger in our hearts, weighing us down and stalling our forward momentum. But holding on to past pain doesn't heal it. It only keeps us rooted in resentment. Forgiveness, in this context, doesn't mean condoning the wrongs done to you. It means releasing yourself from their grip. By letting go of anger or regret, you make room for new opportunities and experiences. Every moment you spend dwelling on the past is a moment you could have invested in building a better future. What burdens from your past are still holding you back? And what would your life look like if you let them go today? Building positive habits is another cornerstone of sustained progress. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, engage in activities that uplift you, and practice gratitude, even in moments of difficulty. The story of J.K. Rowling offers a remarkable example. Before becoming one of the best-selling authors in history, Rowling endured rejection after rejection, battled poverty, and faced the challenges of single motherhood. Yet she chose to persevere. Her habit of consistent writing and her belief in her story were what ultimately turned her dreams into reality. Even during her darkest days, she practiced gratitude, finding strength in the lessons life was teaching her. How often do you take time to appreciate the small victories in your life? Gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you see progress even in moments that seem like setbacks. Discipline and patience are the final keys to embracing progress over perfection. Success is rarely a straight road. It's filled with twists, turns, and challenges that test your resolve. But each small, deliberate step you take builds momentum. By breaking down your larger goals into manageable milestones, you create opportunities for daily progress, which in turn fuels your motivation. Think of the athlete who trains every day, not with the goal of perfection but with the aim of becoming slightly better than yesterday. Over time, those incremental improvements add up to transformative change. Progress, not perfection, is what truly matters. Every small victory, every habit you build, and every moment of discipline you practice contributes to a life well lived. Stop waiting for the perfect time or the perfect conditions. Life is happening now, and every step forward is a step worth celebrating. As Seneca wisely said, "Throw away your hopes for the future. Make the most of what is present." Focus on yourself, keep improving, and avoid wasting time chasing ideals that don't exist. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What does progress over perfection mean to you? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's continue this journey of growth together. Number 3, rejecting distractions. Time is the most precious, irreplaceable asset you will ever have. Yet in the modern world, distractions constantly conspire to steal it away. Marcus Aurelius, the wise Stoic emperor, reminds us that you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. His timeless wisdom invites us to reflect on how we spend our moments and urges us to guard our time as fiercely as we would a treasure. Distractions in the form of social media notifications, endless emails, and the infinite rabbit holes of entertainment often seem harmless, yet they consume hours, even days, that could have been spent building a life aligned with your purpose. So let me ask you, how often do you let external distractions dictate your day? And what could your life look like if you reclaimed that time to focus on what truly matters? Rejecting distractions starts with awareness. Much like identifying a leak in a boat before you can begin to patch it, you must first pinpoint the sources of distraction in your life. For many, this includes aimless scrolling through social media, responding to unimportant emails, or engaging in conversations or activities that add little value to your life. These time thieves often appear harmless, but cumulatively, they rob you of the energy and focus needed to pursue meaningful goals. To counteract this, you must set boundaries. For example, dedicate specific blocks of time to checking emails or engaging with social media, and stick to them. These small, intentional steps are not about micromanaging every second of your day, but about reclaiming your time to align it with your priorities. The Stoics teach us that living purposefully means focusing on the present and valuing the process, not just the outcome. Imagine working on a task that demands your full attention, writing a report, crafting a project, or even reading a book. In these moments, when you're fully engaged, time ceases to be a burden and transforms into a tool for building your future. By protecting these uninterrupted blocks of time, you cultivate deep focus and productivity, ensuring that your energy is spent on what truly moves you forward. This mindset, rooted in Stoic wisdom, shifts your view of time from being something to be managed to something to be respected. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Seneca wisely noted, "Habits are another powerful tool for rejecting distractions, and creating a life of intentionality. Think of building habits as strengthening muscles. Small, consistent efforts lead to powerful results over time. Begin by dedicating just 15 minutes a day to a task that aligns with your long-term goals, whether it's journaling, learning a new skill, or exercising. These short, deliberate acts will eventually accumulate into a powerful routine that not only reinforces your discipline, but also shields you from the distractions that compete for your attention. Over time, these habits become the foundation of your progress, allowing you to reclaim more of your time for meaningful pursuits. How might your life change if you dedicated even a fraction of your day to cultivating these positive routines? Your environment plays a crucial role in either enabling or undermining your efforts to focus. The people you surround yourself with have an immense influence on how you use your time. Are the people in your life uplifting and supportive, or do they drain your energy with unnecessary drama and distractions? The Stoics, including Epictetus, emphasized the importance of choosing your companions wisely. He advised, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. When you set boundaries with those who consistently distract or undermine you, you honor your time and, more importantly, yourself." This can be challenging, as it might require having difficult conversations or even distancing yourself from certain relationships. Yet, this act of self-respect ensures that your time is spent with those who add value to your life, not those who detract from it. Negativity, whether from external sources or within your own mind, is another significant distraction that must be addressed. External negativity could stem from toxic work environments or relationships, while internal negativity often manifests as self-doubt or a harsh inner critic. Both forms can cloud your focus and rob you of the energy needed to move forward. To combat this, start by recognizing and acknowledging the sources of negativity in your life. Replace self-defeating thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," with empowering ones such as, "I'm learning and improving every day." By shifting your mindset, you not only reject negativity, but also build the resilience needed to stay focused on your goals. How often do you allow negative thoughts or environments to pull you away from your path, and what steps can you take to protect your peace? Rejecting distractions is not just about time management, it's about declaring your self-worth. When you prioritize your time and energy, you send a powerful message to yourself and others. Your goals, growth, and well-being matter. This mindset attracts people who respect your boundaries and value your focus, creating a cycle of mutual respect and encouragement. It also allows you to take control of your destiny, rather than allowing external factors to dictate your life. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By rejecting distractions, you reclaim this power, taking the first step toward a life of purpose and intention. We spend our time reflects who we are and what we value. Every moment wasted on distractions is a moment taken from your potential. By setting boundaries, building habits, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and rejecting negativity, you can create a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. The Stoics teach us that the mastery of time is the mastery of life. Protect your time, focus on what truly matters, and make every moment count. If you've made it this far, you're truly dedicated to growth and focus. Drop a comment saying, I take back my time, to show your commitment to living with purpose and intention. Stick around. Your journey to a stronger, more meaningful life is just beginning. Number 4. The value of focusing on yourself. What would your life look like if you chose to focus entirely on yourself, not out of selfishness, but as a declaration of your commitment to becoming the best version of who you are? Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom reminds us that focusing on ourselves means reclaiming our time, energy, and attention, redirecting them toward meaningful growth and purpose. At the core of personal development lies the principle of setting clear goals, much like an athlete preparing for a competition. Just as an athlete strengthens their body through disciplined training, each small step you take toward your goals, whether learning a new skill or improving a habit, builds resilience and sharpens your abilities. The process of becoming isn't instant, but with consistent effort, what once seemed impossible begins to feel achievable. So, what are you dedicating your time to building today? To excel, however, you must first eliminate what is unnecessary. Think of clearing distractions and toxic influences from your life as removing clutter to lay a solid foundation for a stronger, more purposeful existence. Jane, a professional juggling a demanding job and personal aspirations. By saying no to unproductive social obligations and hours of mindless browsing, she carved out space to pursue a professional certification, which eventually led to a promotion. Her story is a testament to how decluttering your commitments and focusing on what matters most can transform your path. What in your life could you clear away to make room for growth? A curious and learning mindset is another essential pillar of personal growth. The Stoics believed in continuous education and self-improvement, as reflected in Seneca's words, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." In today's world, this might mean reading insightful books, listening to podcasts, or exploring new ideas that challenge your thinking. A business leader who dedicates time to understanding emerging industry trends positions themselves to adapt and thrive in a competitive landscape. Similarly, taking even 15 minutes daily to expand your knowledge can open new doors and keep your mind sharp. Yet even with knowledge and focus, discipline becomes the backbone that sustains progress. Discipline is the quiet force that keeps you moving forward, even on days when motivation fades. Think of a student preparing for an exam. Enthusiasm might wane, but disciplined study habits ensure steady progress. Discipline isn't a restriction, it's the ultimate freedom, allowing you to stay on track regardless of distractions or challenges. By establishing consistent routines, you create a rhythm that keeps you aligned with your goals. Patience, too, is indispensable in the journey of focusing on yourself. Growth is rarely a straight line. It's more like a winding path with setbacks, plateaus, and small victories along the way. Consider the gardener who plants a tree, watering and nurturing it despite seeing no immediate growth. They trust the process, knowing the roots are strengthening beneath the surface. Similarly, your growth may be invisible at times, but trust in your efforts and stay the course. As Epictetus taught, no great thing is created suddenly. When frustration creeps in, remind yourself that persistence is the key to long-term progress. Focusing on yourself also requires fiercely protecting your time. Time, as Seneca famously noted, is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Treat time as a form of currency, spending it only on what truly matters. This means identifying your true priorities and ensuring your actions align with them. If health is important to you, prioritize regular exercise and nutritious meals. If relationships are of value, dedicate undistracted time to the people you care about. By aligning your daily actions with your values, you ensure that your time is invested meaningfully. Another crucial strategy is mastering the art of saying no. This small yet powerful word protects your time and energy from commitments that do not serve your goals. Imagine being asked to take on additional tasks at work that don't align with your aspirations. A polite but firm no allows you to focus on high-impact activities, reinforcing your self-worth and clarity. Boundaries, whether in work, relationships, or personal time, create a protected space where you can thrive. A freelancer who sets strict working hours not only boosts productivity, but also preserves their personal life, proving that boundaries are essential for both success and peace of mind. The journey of focusing on yourself isn't just about achieving milestones. It's about appreciating the process. Life's greatest lessons and joys often lie in the daily effort, not just the end result. A marathon runner's true sense of accomplishment doesn't only come from crossing the finish line, but from the discipline, resilience, and self-belief built during training. Similarly, as you work toward your goals, take time to reflect on the habits and strengths you're cultivating. These are the building blocks of a fulfilled and purposeful life. In summary, the value of focusing on yourself is immeasurable. It requires intentionality, discipline, and courage to prioritize your personal growth over external distractions. By setting boundaries, protecting your time, embracing patience, and committing to self-discipline, you create a life that aligns with your deepest values. As Marcus Aurelius taught, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Take this as a call to reclaim your focus and energy, directing them toward becoming the person you aspire to be. Number 5. Resilience through self-focus. Resilience is the cornerstone of a meaningful life, and one of the most powerful ways to cultivate it is by focusing on yourself and embracing the idea of progress over perfection. Too often we become trapped by unattainable standards, paralyzed by the fear of falling short. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What we do now echoes in eternity," reminding us that every small step forward is an act of significance. The path to self-development is not about monumental leaps, but about steady, consistent progress. Each effort, no matter how small, builds resilience, adaptability, and the capacity to grow stronger in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Focusing on incremental progress not only lightens the weight of unrealistic expectations, but also nurtures mental and emotional strength. Imagine someone training for their first marathon, not aiming for a world record, but simply aiming to run a little farther or faster each week. With every extra mile, they build endurance and confidence. If they stumble along the way, they don't view it as failure, but as an opportunity to learn and adjust. This perspective is central to Stoic philosophy, which sees failure not as a source of shame, but as a chance for growth. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles, when reframed, are not barriers, they are teachers. This mindset of progress enhances not only resilience but also adaptability. Life rarely unfolds as planned, and clinging to perfection often leads to frustration when unexpected challenges arise. Instead, when we focus on progress, we become flexible and resourceful, able to adjust our priorities and find creative solutions. Consider a professional managing a project disrupted by unforeseen changes. Instead of giving up, they reassess their strategy and adjust their goals, often achieving outcomes that surpass their original expectations. This adaptability, rooted in a progress-focused mindset, is invaluable in both personal and professional realms. Are you rigid in your plans, or do you allow yourself the freedom to recalibrate when life throws you a curveball? Equally important in building resilience is learning to embrace feedback. Feedback, when viewed through the lens of progress, becomes a tool for growth rather than a blow to the ego. Imagine a writer sharing their work with a mentor, receiving constructive criticism that highlights areas for improvement. Instead of feeling defeated, the writer uses the insights to refine their skills, creating something stronger and more impactful. Feedback, much like the guidance of a compass, helps us navigate the path of self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of self-reflection and learning when he said, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." How do you respond to feedback? Do you see it as a threat, or do you welcome it as an opportunity to grow? This progress-centered approach also allows us to overcome the fear of imperfection. Many people hold back from pursuing their goals because they are afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are not the enemy. They are the stepping stones of growth. The Stoics teach us that by accepting imperfection as a natural part of life, we free ourselves to experiment, create, and achieve. Think of a gardener planting seeds. They do not expect the flowers to bloom overnight, nor do they see the slow growth as failure. Instead, they nurture the soil, water the plants, and trust the process, knowing that growth takes time. In the same way, personal growth is a gradual journey that rewards patience and persistence. What seeds are you planting today, and are you giving yourself the grace to let them grow? The long-term benefits of focusing on the process rather than perfection are immense. By shedding the weight of impossible expectations, we find joy in the journey itself. Every small step becomes a celebration, every obstacle a lesson, and every achievement, no matter how modest, a source of fulfillment. Success is no longer defined by an abstract ideal, but by the sense of purpose and progress we cultivate daily. Over time, this mindset builds a foundation of resilience, enabling us to face challenges with calm and determination. When you look back on your efforts, will you measure success by the goals you achieved or by the person you became along the way? Ultimately, resilience through self-focus transforms how we approach life's challenges. It teaches us to prioritize progress over perfection, to embrace adaptability, and to see feedback and imperfection as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing inward, we discover a reservoir of strength, creativity, and patience that allows us to thrive even in difficult circumstances. This inward focus is not about shutting out the world, but about tuning into what truly matters: our values, our efforts, and our growth. By committing to this approach, you cultivate not only a life of accomplishment, but one of meaning and fulfillment. Share your thoughts and stories in the comments. We'd love to hear how you're navigating the journey of growth and self-focus. Number 6. Final motivational insights. Imagine yourself in a crowded room, a whirlwind of voices all clamoring for attention. Conversations swirl around success, fame, and the relentless pursuit of external goals. Amid the chaos, one person sits quietly in the corner, their gaze steady as though asking themselves a deeper question. Is what I'm doing truly important to me, or am I just chasing the approval of others? This silent reflection captures the essence of Marcus Aurelius's teachings. The Stoic philosopher Emperor of Rome, a man with immense power and responsibility, understood that true fulfillment comes not from external validation, but from focusing on your own journey, grounded in patience and purpose. Every single day you are faced with countless decisions, each seemingly small, but together forming the architecture of your life. How you choose to react to challenges, how you spend your time, and where you direct your energy. These choices are the bricks that build your future. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This simple truth reinforces that your mindset is your most powerful tool. By focusing on your personal journey, you're not just existing, you're living with intention. But living with intention requires courage. It's easy to be swayed by the noise of others' opinions or the temptation to compare yourself to those around you. Yet true strength lies in committing to your own values and goals, even when the path is steep and uncertain. What choices are you making today, and do they align with the life you truly want to create? The story of a marathon runner. He doesn't step onto the track to beat the person next to him. He runs to surpass his own limits. Each stride is not about the spectators' cheers or the competition's judgment, but about his own rhythm, his own breath. At the finish line, his victory isn't measured by the clock, but by the sense of accomplishment that comes from honoring his commitment to himself. This runner embodies the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacles he faces, fatigue, doubt, and pain, don't deter him. They become the very things that build his resilience. In your life, what obstacles are you facing, and how can you turn them into stepping stones for growth? To stay focused on your own path requires both courage and patience. Life is not a straight road. It's a winding trail filled with challenges, temptations, and the occasional uphill climb. Imagine you're scaling a mountain. Each step is grueling, your hands are scratched and bleeding, and the summit seems impossibly far. But every difficult step you take strengthens you, brings you closer to your goal, and teaches you something about your own resolve. This climb mirrors your personal journey. There will be days when the weight of doubt feels too heavy to carry, but it's in those moments that your patience and persistence matter most. As Marcus Aurelius teaches us, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. What lessons are your struggles teaching you, and how are they shaping your character? Focusing on your own journey also means freeing yourself from the pressure of competition. This doesn't mean isolating yourself, but rather recognizing that your path is uniquely yours. The speed, the direction, and the milestones are determined by you, not by society's expectations or others' achievements. Marcus Aurelius urged us to look inward rather than outward, asking, "Am I living in accordance with my values?" This is a powerful question because it shifts your attention from seeking external approval to cultivating inner alignment. Life is a series of priorities, and when you focus on what truly matters to you, the noise of comparison begins to fade. The story of a gardener who spends decades tending to his garden. He doesn't seek validation from others or worry about the opinions of onlookers. His focus is on the tree he nurtures day by day. He waters it, protects it from storms, and ensures its roots grow deep and strong. Years later, when the tree blooms and bears fruit, people admire its beauty and abundance. But for the gardener, the true reward isn't the admiration, it's the quiet fulfillment of the daily care he gave. Like the gardener, your journey is about the process, not the applause. Patience is your ally in this journey. In a world that demands instant results, it's easy to lose sight of the value of slow, steady progress. But lasting growth, whether in your career, relationships, or personal development, takes time. Just as a tree doesn't grow overnight, neither do the most meaningful aspects of your life. Trust that every small, intentional step you take today will lead you closer to a fuller, more meaningful life. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." How can you honor this privilege? By focusing on what truly matters in your life. Your journey is yours alone. It's not about racing to keep up with others or chasing fleeting applause. It's about aligning your actions with your values, staying patient in the face of challenges, and trusting that the small, consistent efforts you make today will shape a brighter tomorrow. By focusing inward, you build self-confidence, resilience, and a sense of peace that no external achievement can provide. So I ask you, are you living in alignment with your values, or are you letting the noise of the world pull you away from your purpose? Take a moment to reflect on the path you're walking and the choices you're making. Let the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius guide you. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Trust your journey, honor your process, and know that each step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your strength and commitment to yourself. Number 7. Mastering the art of self-reflection. Self-reflection is one of the most profound yet often overlooked tools for transforming your life. In a world filled with constant noise and endless demands on your time, it's easy to get swept up in routines and external pressures without ever pausing to truly examine your choices, goals, and actions. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, emphasized this timeless truth when he wrote, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look." This wisdom reminds us that by looking inward, we uncover clarity, purpose, and the inner strength necessary to navigate life with resilience. Even a few intentional minutes of self-reflection each day can lead to powerful insights about your behavior, patterns, and priorities. Simple practices like journaling, where you record your daily wins and challenges, can reveal opportunities for growth while reinforcing positive habits. This process is much like a sailor charting their course. Without regular checks on direction, even the most experienced navigator can veer off track. In the same way, consistent self-reflection helps you stay aligned with your purpose and ensures that your daily actions contribute meaningfully to your long-term aspirations. If you're not regularly pausing to ask yourself questions like, "Am I moving closer to the life I want?" or "What did I learn from today's challenges?" you risk losing sight of the things that matter most. Are you allowing self-reflection to steer your ship, or are you letting the tides of life push you wherever they may? Beyond alignment, self-reflection brings a sense of gratitude and perspective that can profoundly change how you view your journey. When you take time to review your life, you begin to notice the small victories and blessings that might otherwise be overshadowed by the rush of daily life. The Stoics placed immense value on gratitude as a pathway to contentment, with Seneca advising, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." Reflecting on what you have accomplished, no matter how minor it may seem, cultivates a sense of fulfillment and reminds you that progress is being made, even if it's incremental. This shift in perspective turns self-reflection from a mere mental exercise into a practice that grounds you in appreciation and motivates you to keep moving forward. Self-reflection also serves as a powerful tool for problem-solving and overcoming internal roadblocks. When life presents challenges, it's tempting to react impulsively or let frustration take the lead. However, pausing to reflect can help you approach problems with clarity and focus. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This reminds us that how we interpret and respond to challenges is entirely within our control. By reflecting on your reactions, you can uncover the beliefs or habits that may be holding you back and replace them with more constructive approaches. Another benefit of self-reflection is that it clarifies your priorities and strengthens your ability to make intentional choices. In the chaos of daily life, it's easy to fill your schedule with tasks and commitments that don't align with your core values. Regular self-reflection helps you identify what truly matters so you can dedicate your time and energy accordingly. Think of it as pruning a garden. By cutting away the unnecessary, you give space for what's truly important to grow and flourish. If family, health, or personal growth are priorities, are your daily actions reflecting these values, or are you allowing distractions to take over? Self-reflection empowers you to align your choices with your deeper goals, ensuring you are living a life that feels meaningful and intentional. Number 8. Cultivating emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is more than just a desirable trait. It is the cornerstone of a fulfilling and stable life in an unpredictable world. Challenges, setbacks, and disappointments are inevitable, but the way you respond to them determines not only your immediate well-being, but also your long-term growth and success. Stoicism offers a practical and timeless guide to navigating adversity, with Epictetus reminding us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom underscores that while we cannot control external events, we can control our mindset, our perspective, and ultimately, our response. One of the most effective ways to build emotional resilience is to reframe obstacles as opportunities for growth. Each difficulty you encounter is a test of your patience, perseverance, and ability to adapt. Consider the story of a young entrepreneur who poured years of effort into starting a business, only to face an unexpected market downturn. Instead of giving up, they pivoted, learned new strategies, and rebuilt stronger than ever. This mindset, which views failure as a lesson rather than an endpoint, transforms setbacks into valuable learning experiences. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully when he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you start to see challenges not as barriers but as pathways to growth, you cultivate a mental toughness that keeps you composed and focused, even in turbulent times. Another critical aspect of emotional resilience is practicing self-compassion, a skill many overlook in their pursuit of excellence. Too often we are our own harshest critics, replaying mistakes in our minds or engaging in self-talk that erodes our confidence. But resilience isn't about perfection. It's about kindness toward yourself during moments of struggle. Building resilience starts with changing that inner dialogue. Treat yourself with the kindness and patience you deserve, and you'll find that your ability to bounce back strengthens over time. Remember, even Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, had moments of self-doubt, yet his reflections remind us that compassion for oneself is not a weakness, It is a foundation for enduring strength. Emotional resilience also involves setting firm boundaries to protect your energy and well-being. In a world filled with demands on your time, attention, and emotional bandwidth, surrounding yourself with uplifting people and environments is vital. If certain relationships or situations consistently drain your energy, it may be time to step back and reassess their place in your life. Resilient people are not afraid to say no to what doesn't serve them. For example, think of an athlete training for a competition. They wouldn't waste time on activities or relationships that detract from their focus. They prioritize the people and practices that keep them mentally and physically strong. You too can set these boundaries to safeguard your emotional reserves and prioritize what truly matters. Resilience is also deeply tied to your ability to regulate your emotions and approach challenges with a calm and measured perspective. When adversity strikes, it's easy to react impulsively, letting anger, fear, or frustration take control. Lastly, self-reflection fosters authenticity by connecting you to your true self. In a world that often rewards conformity and external validation, it can be challenging to stay true to who you are. But by regularly checking in with yourself, you can ensure that your decisions are guided by your own values rather than the opinions of others. This process not only builds confidence, but also frees you from the exhausting cycle of seeking approval. As you become more comfortable with who you are, you'll find it easier to live with purpose and integrity. Incorporating self-reflection into your daily routine doesn't require hours of meditation or elaborate practices. It begins with simple, intentional pauses. Take 5 minutes at the end of your day to ask yourself what you did well, what you could improve, and what you're grateful for. Over time, these small acts of introspection will create a ripple effect, bringing greater clarity, purpose, and fulfillment to every aspect of your life. Self-reflection is not just a habit, it's a commitment to living consciously and intentionally, ensuring that each choice you make contributes to the life you truly want to build. Number 9. The discipline of purposeful living. Living with purpose is the ultimate way to reclaim your time, energy, and focus, ensuring that your days are spent on what truly matters. Without a clear sense of direction, life can quickly lose its vibrancy, becoming a series of aimless routines and distractions that leave you feeling unfulfilled. The Stoics understood this deeply, with Seneca famously stating, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." Purpose provides the compass that guides your decisions and gives life meaning, anchoring you even during turbulent times. The foundation of purposeful living begins with identifying your core values, the principles that define who you are and what you stand for. These values act as a lens through which you make decisions, ensuring your actions align with what's most important to you. For example, if family, health, or personal growth is at the top of your list, your daily choices should reflect those priorities. This clarity allows you to filter out distractions and confidently say no to obligations that don't serve your purpose. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. The Stoics believed in simplifying life to focus on what matters, and Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Are your current choices reflecting your deepest values, or are they being dictated by fleeting demands and distractions? Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving forward on your purposeful path, especially when motivation wanes or challenges arise. Discipline, contrary to popular belief, isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. It frees you from the chaos of indecision and keeps you focused on what truly matters. Imagine committing to a small, consistent habit that aligns with your purpose, like exercising for 30 minutes each day if your goal is better health. Over time, these small actions compound into meaningful progress, building momentum that transforms your aspirations into reality. The Stoics knew this well, with Epictetus reminding us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." What areas of your life could benefit from a little more discipline to ensure you're staying on course toward your goals? Purposeful living also involves breaking your goals into actionable steps, making the seemingly overwhelming more manageable. Start by setting small, achievable milestones that align with your larger aspirations. If your goal is to advance your career, begin by dedicating an hour each week to learning a new skill or connecting with a mentor. Celebrate each step forward, no matter how small, because every bit of progress reinforces your commitment to your purpose. Think of it as building a house. Each brick laid with intention contributes to a structure you'll eventually stand back and admire. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By focusing on consistent, purposeful actions, you create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. Reflecting on your day is another vital practice in purposeful living. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did my actions align with my values and goals? This simple question helps you stay accountable and ensures you're continuously moving in the right direction. Purposeful living doesn't mean every moment is perfect, but it does mean every moment has the potential to contribute to something greater. When you look back on your day, week, or year, wouldn't you rather feel pride in knowing your time was invested in things that truly matter? Seneca reminds us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Are you using your time wisely, or are you letting it slip away on things that don't bring you closer to your goals? Living with purpose also brings immense fulfillment because it shifts your focus from external validation to internal satisfaction. Instead of seeking approval or comparing yourself to others, you find joy in the progress you're making toward your own aspirations. Purposeful living also involves embracing patience, as meaningful progress takes time. The Stoics believed that true fulfillment comes from committing to the process rather than obsessing over the outcome. Just as a marathon runner doesn't complete the race in a single sprint, your journey toward purpose is a series of deliberate steps taken one at a time. By being patient with yourself and trusting the process, you build resilience and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This gratitude for the journey itself transforms each day into an opportunity to grow, regardless of how far you've come. Are you allowing impatience to rob you of the joy found in steady progress? In the end, purposeful living is about aligning your actions with your values, exercising discipline to stay on course, and finding fulfillment in the process rather than just the destination. It requires clarity, patience, and the courage to say no to distractions that pull you away from what truly matters. The beauty of purposeful living is that it simplifies life, helping you focus on what brings you joy and meaning. So I ask you, how can you start living more purposefully today? What changes can you make to ensure your time and energy are invested in building the life you truly want? The choice is yours, and the time to begin is now. As Seneca wisely said, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life." We've journeyed through the transformative wisdom of focusing on yourself and eliminating wasted time, inspired by the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and the enduring principles of Stoic philosophy. Now, it's your turn to take action. What's one change you can make today to reclaim your time and focus on what truly matters? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your insights and ideas. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who could benefit from these lessons, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more powerful content that inspires personal growth and purpose. And remember, your journey doesn't end here. Click the video on your screen to continue building inner strength and unlocking your potential. See you in the next video.